Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. Get this, straight off the press, Anthony Joshua will reportedly be trained by Robert Garcia for the Alexander Usyk rematch July 23rd in Saudi Arabia. Wow. Of all the trainers, Ronnie Shields, is it Virgil Hunter? Who else was it? Jonathan Banks was in the mix at one point. Now Roberto Garcia, because I think he was the second guy that he went to. He decides to go with Robert Garcia. And let me counterpunch. I think what Josh was doing based on the last amount of footage that we were able to see of him, if you've seen how he was ripping to the body, he was ripping to the body in a way, it kind of puts you in the mind of, James Ali Bashir is another one. It puts you in the mind of Mexican fighters, inside Mexican roughhouse fighting. Okay, have you guys ever seen Creed 2? Creed 2 talked about it, where they put their foot, both put their lead foot in the tire, and they just went around and worked the body and, you know, seeing what they can do to each other. You know what I mean? Just total all-out body assault, okay? And Roberto Garcia knows a lot about that. He knows a lot about the inside fighting. He was known for it when he was a fighter, and I think he promoted it and duplicated it throughout his training career, okay? And it doesn't surprise me because with the body work, that's one thing that Anthony Joshua was successful with when he fought Alexander Usyk. He couldn't hit that head because that head was like a swivel. It was always moving. It was always ready for a counter. And a guy like Usyk is difficult to fight if you don't go to the body. And I think what he figured out, like, look, the game plan, first it's the game plan, right? We know that already. Now it's the trainer to the game plan. You know, I don't know where Fernandez and James Ali Bashir fit in. I don't know if he will use him or not, but I know he was working with him a certain point of time. He was working with Ronnie Shields and many other trainers. But I think he's going to use him and bring him in. And I think he's doing stages of different trainers, right? And I think he wants him in because he wants to perfect the way you cut off the ring and work the body. Because he figured by that first fight, there's no way in Hades that I'm going to beat this guy boxing. You know what I mean? So Joshua's made up his mind, okay, bump that, okay? And let's just go right to where I was best at. Because eventually, if you're successful to the body throughout, let's say he starts from round 1 and he goes to round 7. If you give yourself 5 to 6 good rounds of successful body punching, wear and tear, I believe that he will be able to set something up upstairs. Okay, guys that are massively known for it, like Julio Cesar Chavez, Marco Antonio Barrera, these guys were putting guys down by body shots. And the ironic thing about the Ukrainians, you know, Vasyl Lomachenko was also known for laying punches to the body in that manner of catching him. Look what he did to Linares, right? Boop! He was down for the count, and he wouldn't get him back up. Okay, so Josh was trying to duplicate the body assault, you know, and if he can pull it off, that would be quite impressive. But I do understand the angle of picking Roberto Garcia because he knows how to work the body like any other trainer. You know, the only problem is he's not familiar with heavyweights. So I think that's going to be maybe a challenge or an issue. But other than that, I do see the angle. You guys tell me about this breaking news. How do you feel about Anthony Joshua going with Roberto Garcia for the Saudi Arabia showdown in the rematch with Alexander Usyk? Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.